Hi, I'm Tash. I run Quirky Hand Knits. This is me. Through Quirky Hand Knits, I design and create beautifully hand knitted accessories, and I also aim to give tips to other knitters to empower them to create the best knitting they can. So you can find me online here on YouTube, but you can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Periscope, and Ravelry. So today I'm going to talk to you about how to cast on for socks. And one of my favourite cast ons, in fact I think it's the only one I really use, is the Tillybuddy's cast on, because the tops of socks need to be super stretchy. And I'm just going to show you this. So look, you can see how much this will pull out, and I really like the Tillybuddy's cast on for that. So I thought I would show you how to do it. So let's go. Okay, so you can see I've got my implements ready on the table. I've got some sock yarn. I've also got a 2.5mm circular needle. This one is an Addy needle and it's only 20 centimeters long, which I really love for making socks with. But you could choose to have a longer one if you wanted to. And I've also got a 2.5mm DPN, which I find is really useful for casting on. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a slip knot. Now, if you watch the original Tillybuddy's cast on, she says not to do this, but I actually find this super helpful because I want to cast on an odd number of stitches, and Tillybuddy's cast-ons are cast on in pairs, and you will see why I want an odd number of stitches in a moment. So here we go. I'm just going to move that yarn out of the way and hopefully it will focus a bit better. Here we go. So I've got my slip knot over the needle, and I'm holding my I'm holding the circular in my left hand, and I've got the DPN in my right because that's my working needle. So the yarn goes over the top of the circular needle, and then the DPN, crikey, this is super tricky to do on camera. The DPN goes through the loop that yarn's just made, and this yarn is going to go round under the DPN. So we're making a stitch, pull it through, and then twist it round and pop it back on the needle. Let's do that again. So under the needle, under the circular, DPN goes through, round, twist it underneath and pop it on the needle. And can you see that they're creating stitches in pairs? So you've got 2 here and 2 there. Let's do that one more time. Round, under, oh, there we go, and pop it back on the needle. So you can see that we're creating stitches in pairs. Yeah, the first one is the slip knot, and then the others are the pairs of Tillybuddy's stitches that we're creating. This cast on is super stretchy, which allows you to get as much stretch as you need in the sock. Now I'm just going to go ahead and cast on all the other stitches that I need so that I can show you how to join it in the round, which we'll do at the end of the next row. Okay, so I've nearly got all of my stitches cast on. I've just got to do 2 more pairs of stitches, and let's do that here. So round we go again. So that's 1. And 2. Okay. So I can pop that DPN down now because I won't need that again. Right, so I've now got 65 stitches on this tiny needle. And they don't quite go all the way around, but that's okay because by the time we get to the end of the first row they will. So this is what we're going to do. Just using the mini circular now, we're going to do knit 2, purl 2, rib with and what we're going to do is we are going to slip the first stitch purlwise with the yarn at the back. So this is quite tricky to do on camera, so bear with me. There we go. So with the yarn at the back we're going to slip that first stitch purlwise, and then we are going to do knit 2, purl 2, rib. Now you need to be really careful with this cast on because it's so stretchy. It does have a little bit of a habit of flying off the needles and falling apart on you, and it's really tricky to do it on camera actually. There we go, that's the second knit stitch, and now we're going to do purl 2. So you have to take this first row really slowly and carefully. You need to be careful not to twist the stitches. There we go, purl 2, and then we go back to knit 2. And we're going to continue this rib all the way around. Yeah, it's kind of tricky. We're going to continue this rib all the way around until we get to that last stitch. And it's a good idea to take your time and to try to do this very slowly, and try not to pull it, because the more you pull it, the more you pull the yarn out at the bottom. So you just need to be super slow and super careful. I'm going to work the rest of this and come back to you when I've got to the last stitch. Okay, so I've worked all of these stitches right the way around here in knit 2, purl 2, rib, and I've just got 3 left to go. Okay, so let's move that out of the way. Let's knit this one, and then we're going to bring the yarn around and purl this one, because this is the end of our knit 2, purl 2, rib. Right, and then we're going to put the needle through here, but we're just going to hold it there, because then what we need to do is make sure that all the stitches are going round in the same way. So you have to untwist your stitches if they've got slightly twisted, which mine have just a little by the looks of things. Here we go, that looks better. And we're stretching this out across the mini circular so that we can purl these 2 stitches together, and this is what's going to give us our really nice neat join with your sock. So, and this means that you don't have to faff around trying to make sure that the things meet up properly. It just gives you a really nice neat join. So we're going to purl those 2 stitches together, and then we just continue with knit 2, here we go, purl 2, rib. And the second row, because you've joined and because all your stitches are in the right place and they're all facing the right way, it's actually slightly easier. It's a lot easier than that first row. Hey, so I hope you found this tutorial really useful. I hope you can see that all of my stitches are going around the same direction and they all look really neat and tidy, and the cast on has stretched all the way around the needles. That's part of the reason why I like these needles, is because it does stretch really nicely round. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, and come find me in other places and tell me what you thought. I will be back with more tips and tutorials at some point soon, so have a lovely day and I'll see you soon. Bye!